Hello and welcome to Manu Tarot After Connections. I'm sorry, I thought that I was already broadcasting and I was chatting like crazy, and then I realized that I didn't hit the start button. Silly me, silly me, silly me. Okay, um, before I start talking, I know that all of you know me as just a tarot card reader, and you really don't know what I'm really all about, and you will never know it unless you become my spouse. Um, but I'm a licensed acupuncturist. I've been practicing since 2007, and what acupuncture includes? So it includes a lot of stuff. It includes moxa, it includes cupping, it includes the needles, it includes a lot of stuff. Um, and guasha. And my purpose is not to explain what is all that, but it's just to let you know what I do know. I studied acupuncture for 4 years. What that study included it into anatomy and physiology, pathophysiology, pharmacology, neurology, myology, and lotology. Um, I obviously studied Chinese philosophy. I studied herbs, Chinese philosophy, herbs, and a little bit of nutrition. I want to say a little bit because if I said nutrition, then I probably will have to study 2 more years, and that will be too much. But I did study 4 years of acupuncture, and it includes all that stuff that I already mentioned. Okay, so now we're talking about weight loss. That's what this topic is all about today. And um, the first thing that you need to know about weight loss is what you should avoid for weight loss. The first thing that you should avoid is sugary drinks. Okay, that includes sodas, juices, any of that kind of stuff that is processed, that you buy it at the store, that is already being packaged. You should avoid all that stuff. It's loaded with sugar. You should avoid it. And if you avoid that, you will lose significantly amount of pounds. Another thing that you're going to eliminate from your diet is anything that says that it's diet. Diet soda, diet pop, diet whatever you want to call it, beverage, diet juice, diet, any kind of diet drink, and any kind of diet product, a diet cupcake, a diet cake, a diet, I don't know, whatever diet they have come up with. I'm talking about processed food. And I'm talking about diet of fat-free products, sugar-free products, or low sugar or low fat products for a very simple reason. And studies, they have shown that that they make you gain weight. Okay, they do make you gain weight, and you probably will not see it until I explain the logic behind. The logic behind is very simple. You really need to understand the anatomy and physiology of the body. If you don't understand the anatomy and physiology of the body, you will never understand why diet products are going to make you fat or gain weight. And it's very simple. For example, the brain needs 500 grams of carbohydrates in order to work properly. So imagine if your brain needs 500 grams of carbohydrates and you are eating diet products that are sugar free or low in sugar, how many of those products you think that the body will start craving in order to start to make up for the 500 grams that the brain needs? Stop and think about it. A lot of those. So if you needed just one cupcake to feel satisfied, this time you probably will need like 10 or 20. That's gonna make you fat. Sorry, but that's the truth. And there's already studies that they do prove that. The same thing goes with fat-free products. Fats, they make you feel satisfied, fuller. You eliminate that, you will never feel full. Besides, also fiber makes you feel full, but fats, they also make you feel full and satisfied. And the body needs also fats in order to operate. Fats, they also provide energy, a source of energy. The thing is that if you eliminate all that and you substitute all that with fat-free, diet-free, or diet this, diet that products, that's going to make you eat more of those products because you don't feel satisfied. You are not supplying the demand that the body needs, and it's going to force you to eat more of those products, which eventually is going to make you gain weight. You don't want that, but companies don't care. It's true. They don't care. They're going to make a lot of money out of you because you keep buying diet products. And then you see that you are like, what? I'm drinking diet this, I'm eating diet that, but I'm gaining weight because of that. There's more reasons, but that's one of the reasons. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. So you should eliminate all that stuff, and once you do that, you're going to see by just eliminating that, you're probably going to lose between 6 and 10 pounds within 2 weeks at least. 2 to 3 weeks, 10 pounds. That's simple, but eliminating only that. Okay, so you have to keep I'm sorry, that in mind. Something else that you really need to keep in mind is that you need a good night's sleep. You need to be rested. So sleeping, I'm not going to say 8 hours because not everyone is the same. You might need 4 hours, and after 4 hours or 5 hours, you feel like Superman, energized. But probably someone else with 8 hours is not enough. Maybe someone else with 4 or 5 hours is not enough. It changes and it varies according to the daily needs of the body. But you need to sleep. Sleep deprivation has been proven scientifically that it does help you gain weight. So sleep. You need to sleep. Stress also make you gain weight. So you need to find ways to relax. You can practice yoga, meditation, tai chi, qigong. Um, you can practice anything that is going to help you be stress-free. You have to learn also how to breathe. And for that, pranayama, there's a huge list of pranayamas, and the purpose of this is not that, but you need to know what is pranayama. Is breathing exercises that people that practice yoga learn. So by practicing pranayama, you will be able to help you relax your body and help um, your body to lose weight. So you need to, let me summarize, you need to get rid of certain things I already mentioned. You need to be rested, sleeping well, but you need to be stress-free, or you should try to reduce your stress levels as much as possible. And I already mentioned which things you could do to reduce the stress levels. Okay. Now let's start. Let's talk a little bit about Chinese medicine and diet. Something very simple. Let's start first with the seasons of the year: spring, summer, fall, autumn, whichever way you want to call it, and winter. And according to the season, that's what we are supposed to be eating. Um, During the spring, everything is sprouting, everything is germinating, everything is growing, everything is emerging. Therefore, you should be eating anything that is germinated, anything that is like sprout beans, anything that is sprouts, anything that is green, because the color in Chinese medicine related with spring is green. So you eat a lot of greens during the spring because you need to detoxify your liver. And the liver is related with the spring and with the color green. So according to Chinese medicine, you should eat a lot of green stuff, especially germinated, like asparagus, germinated grains, and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of green leafy vegetables during the spring. Okay, that's for you, so you have that in mind. Summer is really hot. So during the summer, you are supposed to eat more fruits and vegetables than meat. More fruits and vegetables. I'm not saying that you have to eliminate meat, proteins from your diet. What I'm saying is that you need to add more fruits and vegetables for a very simple reason. Um, fruits and vegetables, I'm sorry, fruits and vegetables are yin in nature, while proteins are yang in nature. Yin is cold, yin is more moist by nature, while yang is drier, is hotter, and is hot. You don't need to add more heat into your body. You need to add things that are more refreshing. So you eat more fruits, more vegetables, iced tea, all this kind of stuff. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that you eat and drink during the summer. During the autumn, then everything is drying up. So it's a different energy. So you are supposed to eat things that are dry, like nuts, dry fruits like raisins, dried apricots, anything that is dried in nature. That's what you're supposed to eat more. I'm not saying that's the only thing you should be eating. What I'm saying is because the change of energy during that season, the body is asking for that kind of food, and you should be eating accordingly. Okay? And then during the winter, it's cold. So you're not supposed to eat a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables because it's yin in nature and the winter is yin by nature. So you have yin outside, yin inside of your body, and what you're doing is destroying homeostasis in your body. What you're doing is making your body slower. It's going to burn calories in a really slow pace. And you don't want that. You want to burn calories like crazy. So what is yang in nature in diet? Meat. Any animal product is hot by nature, is yang by nature. So you need to eat more of that in order to keep warm the digestive system. Because in Chinese medicine, the digestive system prefers heat, hot weather in order to operate and be able to digest properly. Okay, so that's a really good guide that you really need to keep in mind when you want to lose weight. Is eating according to the seasons. It's going to help you a lot because if you start eating a lot of smoothies, a lot of raw vegetable, a lot of raw foods, even sushi during the winter, you are slowing your metabolism. You should eat things that are warm by nature because the body needs that. Okay, but everything is about balance. I'm not saying that it has. What I'm saying is that probably during the winter you probably have to eat like 90, like more than 50% of proteins, and during the winter fruits and vegetables they drop significantly. That's technically what I'm saying. You need to learn to eat according to the seasons. One increases, the other one decreases according to the season. Does it make sense? Getting there? Okay. So that's what we really need to know. Something else that we really need to understand according to Chinese medicine is, like I said, the digestive system likes heat, likes the warmth, likes hot weather inside them. That's what I'm saying, inside them. So you really need to keep that in mind because if you're the kind of person that is constantly eating raw fruits and raw vegetables and making 24/7 smoothies, that's raw. And according to Chinese medicine, that is cold in nature. And that is going to slow down your digestive system. And eventually, it's going to make you gain weight. It is healthy. I'm not saying that it's not healthy. It's just that you are not seeing the damage that you're doing. So you need to have a balance. Don't overdo it. And if you do smoothies, you really need to add sometimes ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, spices. to counterbalance that, because the spices are yang in nature, while the smoothies, if they're fruits and vegetable smoothies, they're yin in nature, and they're going to overcome the heat of the stomach, and it's going to slow down the stomach, and it's going to make you gain weight. Okay, so you really need to keep those things in mind. Okay, um, something else that you need to keep in mind when you're losing weight or you want to lose weight is the consumption of water. And the first thing that you should do as soon as you wake up is drink at least, I would say more than that, but at least 2 glasses of water. At least 2 glasses of water you should drink. And I'm sorry, 2 glasses of water. And then you wait approximately 30 minutes to an hour. And then you have breakfast. After you have breakfast, like in a period of like approximately 30 minutes, you're going to feel hungry. What you do? You drink water. After 30 minutes to an hour approximately, you're going to feel hungry. And what you do? You have lunch. After 30 minutes to an hour, you're going to feel hungry again, and you drink water. Okay? And then after that, you have your dinner or supper. Um, but there's something else that you need to keep in mind. You have to eat 3 times. You cannot skip any meals. That's going to make you gain weight, and I'm going to explain later why. But you must eat 3 meals. When I say 3 meals, it doesn't mean that it has to be a banquet. You can wake up in the morning and have half an orange, half a grapefruit, or a fruit salad with a little bit of cheese or a little bit of yogurt, and that should, for you, that might work perfect. For me, I need a banquet, but for someone else, that's more than enough. So the body will tell you, will let you know what is enough. Okay. So, but after each meal, after you drink water, you're going to feel hungry. Then you have a snack. The snack could be anything as long as it's not junk food. You can have nuts, you can have a little bit of yogurt, you can have a fruit, a little bit of salad, whatever you want. Okay, as long as it's something healthy. And then you're going to feel hungry, you drink water. You feel hungry, you have lunch. You feel hungry, and then you have water. You feel hungry, then you have your snack. You feel hungry, and then you have your dinner or supper. And that's what you're doing, is forcing your body to become faster in burning calories, because then the body knows that there's going to be more food. Okay, and that's common sense, because when you know that you are going to have money coming to your life left to right, you're not afraid of spending the money, because you know that something is going to come in a very steady way, and you trust that. But when you start skipping meals, the body goes into shock and says, oh my God, emergency. I need 2,000 calories, for example, daily. And this person is giving me 500 grams daily. I need to save energy. The same way that you do when you start seeing that the money start getting a little bit difficult and you need to cut expenses, that's what you do. The body does the same stuff. You start giving less calories, he will start saving calories, because he knows he needs energy for the brain, for the heart, and for everything. Okay? And how he saves energy? As fat. So don't skip meals. Okay? If you're gonna lose weight, you have to eat more. But you have to learn how to eat better, taking under consideration the seasons and when to increase proteins and when to decrease fruits and vegetables. Yeah, everything is balanced. Everything is yin and yang. Okay, and there's little tips that I'm giving you. What about drinking while you're eating? Logically, you shouldn't, for a very simple reason. If you drink liquids when you're eating, what you're doing is diluting your gastric juices. So what you're doing is making your stomach and your whole digestive system slower. The body won't be able to digest properly that piece of meat, that pasta, that salad, whatever it is, won't be able to digest it properly because you diluted the gastric juices. And it will be even worse if that liquid is cold. Because like I said, according to Chinese medicine, the stomach prefers everything to keep an atmosphere, an environment that is warm by nature. So the best thing you can do is have something warm or something hot like tea. Okay, that's the best thing that you can do if you want to lose weight. Keep all those little details in mind. Okay, something else that you really need to remember is anatomy and physiology of the body. When you know your anatomy and physiology, is all about logic. It makes sense. For example, I forgot. For example, the brain. The brain needs, like I said, 500 grams of carbohydrates. So you need carbohydrates in your diet. You need to supply that. But something interesting as well is that the brain is a big blob. It's a big chunk of fat. That's what it is, the brain. Once you take away all the water, what is left is that fat. And that fat, 1 to 2% of that fat is saturated fat. So that is telling you that we do need saturated fats in our diet. But that doesn't mean that you're going to sit down and have 1 gallon of saturated fat 24/7. Everything is about balance. Okay? It's all about balance. You have to remember also that in the past, our ancestors, they didn't have fridge. They eat what was available. And all meats were lean. They only had like 1 to 2% fats. And that's another fact that is running around. And you should keep that in mind. Something interesting also is that the adrenal glands, they need fats in order to produce sex hormones. So if you eliminate fats completely from your diet, you are sabotaging your own body, and you are going to see that your libido is going to be reduced. Your sex drive is going to go kaput because you're not supplying the saturated fats that the body needs in order to create sex hormones. And that's something that you can go to an anatomy book and you can read it, and it's going to tell you exactly that the kidneys need that in order to create sex hormones. Okay, and that's something that you really need to keep in mind when you're dealing with diet. And what I'm saying is nothing new. Probably you won't like what I'm hearing because it goes against what you have heard, but it's a matter of knowing your anatomy and physiology. You cannot completely eliminate carbohydrates. You can't completely eliminate the fats, saturated fats from your body, because your body needs it. Okay, and the problem that we have humans is that we love to go to the extremes, and we never find the happy medium. And when you want to lose weight, you need to keep all that in mind. Okay, let's talk a little bit about pH, because we're always hearing about pH. And pH, the only thing that does is measure the hydrogen in your body. The mouth pH is 5, the blood pH is 7 point something, and what you really need to know about pH is that there is something called alkaline and base, or base, and acidic. And if you remember, I was talking about yin and yang. And with yin and yang, we need to remember something. I said that fruits and vegetables by nature are yin. And from a Western medicine perspective, fruits and vegetables are by nature alkaline, while animal products are acidic by nature. So I'm here talking about, again, balance, yin and yang. And the thing is that there's also weak base or weak alkaline products, and there's also weak acids products. And what it means, when you have a weak acid or a weak base product, it means something simple. When you're healthy enough, when your body is working properly and you eat a weak acid product like yogurt, because anything that is acid is usually meat. Weak acids are usually the product or the byproduct, like cheese, milk, all that kind of stuff. And when you eat something that is a weak acid, when you eat it, the body will change it to acid or alkaline depending on the body needs. But if your body is acidic, there's is unbalanced. Let's put it like that. There's the body won't be able to make the change according to your body needs, and then is going to be harmful for your health. That weak acid. The same thing with the weak alkaline. That's why sometimes you're going to see that in some books it's going to tell you that this is acid, while others are going to tell you that it's alkaline, like the lemon and the tomato. Some books are going to tell you, oh, it's acid. Others are going to tell you it's alkaline. But the situation is that it's a weak alkaline. And that's why some books are going to tell you that it's acid and others are alkaline. But the lemon and tomato, for example, they're a weak alkaline or a weak base. Um, with the with the same with animal products like yogurt, cheeses, and all this kind of stuff. Some of them are well, all of them are weak acids. But when you eat it and you are in homeostasis, in balance, your body is in balance, that weak acid might change into alkaline if the body needs alkaline in order to create homeostasis. But if the body needs to create acid to keep the balance of pH, then it's going to turn it into acid. So this is it's about checks, okay? It's about balance and harmony, and that's how the body works, okay? So that's something that you really need to keep in mind if you want to lose weight. So like I said, it's all about balance. It's about learning to eat according to the seasons, learning what is alkaline, what is acidic, and all this kind of stuff. Okay. So I've been talking about, let me summarize so far. So if you want to lose weight, what I've been saying is that you really need to learn to sleep well, eliminate stress as much as possible. So you need to practice Tai Chi, yoga, meditation, pranayamas, etc., etc., etc. You can incorporate essential oils to help you reduce stress levels. All this kind of stuff, if you're all stressed out and you don't sleep well, you're going to gain weight. Okay. I also mentioned things that you could avoid, well, that you should avoid um, in your diet. I talk about water consumption and eating habits. I talk about why it's important to eat carbs, because the brain needs 500 grams. Um, about fats, the brain is all fat. So you need a little bit of fat in your body. And something interesting about physiology is the heart. I didn't mention that, but the heart needs also fats in order to protect itself and also as a source of energy. So you cannot eliminate fats for complete in your diet because you are leaving your heart vulnerable. Something that you really need to keep in mind according to anatomy and physiology. Okay. Um, let's talk about teas and all this kind of stuff that you can drink for helping you to lose weight and help you accelerate your metabolism, because you really need to accelerate your metabolism. For example, you can drink green tea. In Chinese medicine, we use green tea for weight loss. But green tea is a leaf. You already know that Camellia sinensis, but it's prepared in a very specific way, and that's why it's called green tea, because the leaves are like fresh, tender, recently grown. But there's the green tea, the leaves of the green tea, according to the preparation and the process, the fermentation, and all this kind of stuff that they go through, is going to change name, but it's the same leaf. So oolong tea, it is green tea, but prepared in a very different way. Black tea or red tea, that is the same, is prepared in a very different way. It's fermented for more time. But then you have something that is prepared and fermented twice longer than the black tea. And the name of this tea is pu-er. You can find it in places that they sell Chinese products. And if you drink those teas, you will be able to also help yourself to lose a few pounds, lose a few pounds, okay? Lose a little bit of weight. Something else that you can do is the lemon cleanse. I tried once and it's amazing. I love it. It gives you a lot of energy. And what you need is just lemon, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. Maple syrup will supply minerals, vitamins, and carbohydrates that you need to feel energized. The lemon is going to cleanse, to detox, while the cayenne pepper is going to help you, and is going to help you with circulation, and is going to protect also the walls of the stomach. Okay, that's more or less explained. I did it for 3 days in a row, and when you're hungry, you eat that. I mean, you drink that. When you're thirsty, that's what you're going to drink. You're going to make a lemonade, and you're going to season it with maple syrup, and you're going to put a pinch of cayenne pepper. Don't put too much, because I did that, and it burns a little bit. But it does taste delicious. Gives you a lot of energy. It's going to help you with the skin, especially your face. It is going to give you this sunshine, and it's going to be more supple. It's going to make you feel amazing. And after the 3 days, you have to start drinking soups. You have to start with soups. After soups, you have to eat cooked vegetables. And after cooked vegetables, then when you introduce heavy meals, okay, like meat and all that kind of stuff. Before that, you have to be treating the body like very soft stuff. When you do that, you're going to start seeing that it's going to help you a lot. I had a patient that she lost a lot of weight by doing the lemon cleanse, and she did it for, I think it was 10 days or 14 days, around that. And she lost a lot of weight, and she had her skin change. She looked amazing. You can do that as well. Let me see what else I have here. Oh, for example, sometimes people feel a little bit bloated after eating. That's a sign that you have what we call the spleen pancreas, the tie-in meridian a little bit weak. So you could create your own teas also to strengthen your digestive system, and you can use cardamom, ginger, nutmeg, a little bit of nutmeg, cinnamon, what else? All these kind of spices. You obviously boil it, make a tea out of it, and you can put a little bit of black tea in it, and you drink it, and it's very tasty. You can put anise. It's very tasty. I like eating that, especially during the winter, because it keeps your body warm, and it gives you a lot of energy. But that's why your body needs you during winter. So you could do that kind of tea with spices that I mentioned, and it's going to help you also fortify, strengthen your digestive system, and be able to burn more calories that way. Okay. Let me see what else I mentioned about eating habits according to Chinese medicine, according to anatomy and physiology of the body. And I also mentioned about the pH. What else we could talk about? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it, but I have a board there that I made my bullet points there. And that's technically summarizes all the stuff that you really need to do in order to eat better. Something that I really want to talk about is about margarine and butter. The question is, do you know how margarine is produced? Margarine What they do, they use um, rancid vegetable oil. What they do, they submit the vegetable oil into high temperatures, and because the vegetable oil is a very unstable oil, it doesn't matter if it's olive oil, whatever it is relatively it's unstable compared with saturated fats. Saturated fats have all the bonds saturated with hydrogen. That's why it's solid. While a vegetable oil is not completely saturated. So that makes it, molecularly speaking, less stable. That's why when you heat up vegetable oil, it's going to get rancid faster than animal fat. Keep that in mind. So when they do margarine, what they do is they put oil, vegetable oil, they technically heat it up as much as possible until it turns rancid. But what they do, they add a catalyst, which is nickel. They drop it. And well, they don't drop it, I'm just saying, it's introduced, and immediately it get all the bonds full with hydrogen. It turns solid. But in the process, that is going to turn gray, is going to turn stinky, smelly, and not only stinky and smelly, is going to be um, it's going to smell ugly, it's going to look ugly, and it tastes disgusting. So what they do is they use bleach, and they bleach out the color, they bleach out the flavor, and then they incorporate artificial flavor, they incorporate artificial coloring, and they have to introduce something that it doesn't have, that is vitamin E, vitamin A, and all that stuff that real butter has. So that's something that you really need to keep in mind if you really want to lose weight. Okay, it's a commitment of being honest with yourself, with your body, with your anatomy and physiology. You need to really understand all that stuff. Okay, so that's all you really need to have an idea on Chinese medicine, pH, and all this kind of stuff to help you out to lose weight. Everything that I'm telling you is something that I already have read, and it has been proven that it's true. I'm just not making up this old stuff. You probably disagree with me, just go ahead. But if your weight loss treatment is not working, you should keep in mind what I'm saying. It might help you a lot. Um, and to finish, you should keep in mind I'm an acupuncturist, so there is a protocol that I follow for weight loss, and it's the first thing that is done is strengthening the lung, the liver, and the kidney in order to get rid of all these toxins that the body has accumulated throughout the years. And the other thing, the second part of the protocol, is about strengthening, fortifying the endocrine system so the hormones can kick in and make your body faster so that it can burn calories faster so you can get rid of the um, fat in a very effective way. And then at the end, everything else is about doing acupuncture, acupuncture and guasha, acupuncture to tonify and strengthen the whole body, and guasha to loosen up the fat in order to the body be able to get rid of the fat, burn it faster, or whatever way you want to see it or call it. You can use essential oils like grapefruit, black pepper, oregano, and what else? Yeah, that's it. Black pepper, grapefruit, and oregano essential oil, and you mix it with other young nature oils, and you just do washa on the areas that you have fat and you want to burn it. Okay, and that's something that I would do in a treatment for weight loss, but that's something that you have to combine with a modification of your diet as the way I have explained it, and drinking the stuff that I have mentioned, doing all the steps that I have mentioned, because it's something that is not only me, but it's also something that you really need to do is together. Okay, so that's all that you really need to know in order to have an idea how to lose weight, having taking under consideration anatomy and physiology of the body, having in consideration not only that, but Chinese medicine, how Chinese medicine sees and understand the body. Okay, I think that's it. I think that sums up everything that you should keep in mind for anatomy and physiology for weight loss. Chinese medicine for weight loss is just something very general, but it's common sense and logical stuff. Okay, um, I think that's it. That summarizes up. If you have any other questions, um, you I can help you out. This is going to be published again, make public once I'm done here. If you are in New York, you can make an appointment. I'm in one of you. If you are in any of the boroughs, I'm in New York City. So you can call, make an appointment, email me, and I more than happily will help you out. Okay, so that's all I have to say. I think that I already mentioned everything you need to know for the topic related with weight loss. Okay, I hope that you have a great um, weekend and enjoy the rest of the month. Until the next one.